intelligent software that I'm going to talk about in just a minute, then I'm going to help you through that itinerary on your wedding day. So you're getting a lot more services than just a disc jockey that comes in and just plays music. So it's a full service thing for $795.
So from the time that the guests arrive, and then from the time that they leave, you basically will run the entire event for us.
Exactly, exactly.
And we don't have to worry about it.
No, I want you to be a guest.
That's worth it.
I want you to be a guest at your wedding. Have you ever thrown a party at your home and found out that by hosting it, you just couldn't relax?
Yeah, exactly.
On your wedding day, I think the most important thing you could do is be engulfed in conversation with somebody at all times, and visiting with people. If I'm not walking over and going, hey Brian, hey yo Jan, it's time to do this, then you should just be relaxing and enjoying yourself. And,
so you'll keep us in line with what we're supposed to be doing, basically.
You'll
coach us through it. Okay.
Right.
You
That's
betcha.
one thing, like with this online, because I'm not exactly sure how things are supposed to go and everything that's to be included, and you have that on there where we can choose what we want to do and what we don't want to do.
You bet. Well, when I got this DJ intelligence software, I thought it was one of the greatest things we'd ever done. And I was able to go in here and change these questions and edit these questions. And these questions are in the order that an itinerary would usually be in. In other words, we're going to introduce the wedding party into the building. Then we're going to have a blessing over the food. Then we're going to have dinner. During that time, I'm going to play dinner music. After the dinner, there'll be a toast. Then the photographer will take you over to the cake, and you'll do the cake cutting and the toast one another over there. And then we go out on the floor, we take off the garter, we throw the bouquet. Bride dances with the groom, bride dances with the dad, groom dances with the mom, open dancing. And it's all right there. Now that's not set in stone. You can do whatever you'd like, you know. But this is a big help to people that have never done it before.
Yeah.
And if you're comfortable with that, when you get there, on this next page back here, you've got the bridesmaids and groomsmen's name, you've got the ushers, you've got the flower girl and ring bearer, junior bride and groom, maid of honor, best man, even the parents are all in here. You're going to fill all that out anytime you want to, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right there online. When we get all this information, and here is a timeline. You can set up a timeline and tell me what order you want things in and about what approximate time you think we'll be doing it. On this last page is a request list. This person's built a request list of over 101 songs. Now keep in mind, I can only play about 60 songs in 4 hours. Okay. so they've thrown a lot of music in here, but you get to choose from over 60,000 songs on the website. DJ Intelligence has generated 60,000 songs that you can choose from, and you can make a request list. Also, there's room on here to put down songs you don't want to hear.
Okay.
Maybe songs you've heard too many times. At other wedding receptions, you just don't want. Maybe a song reminds you of an old boyfriend or girlfriend. I don't want that song.
Okay.
I've had that before, you know. So in addition to your must-haves, there's rooms on here to put your can't-stands too. And each wedding reception is a little different, you know. Once we get this information down about a week or two before the wedding, then I'll print it out and bring it to a final information. This is a pre-hire meeting, see if we can get it booked, but about a week or two before the wedding, we're going to sit down with this information all printed out and go for it line for line, make sure we're all on the same page so that you get what you've always dreamed about since you were 5 years old, down to the smallest detail.
Okay. So we can pick like every song that you play, like specifically, or do you, like if I didn't want to choose like that many songs, do you have like a list that you go by?
Yeah, what I usually ask the bride and groom is to come up with maybe 10 or 20 songs that are really important to you. And then let me take care of the rest, because with my format that I play when we get to the opening dancing portion of the reception, my format is built on songs that have always worked through trial and error, and songs that people have requested. And I'm going to be taking requests that night too.
Okay.
And but there's 10 or 20 songs that's going to remind you of grade school or high school years or something. Songs that you just, maybe college years, music always takes you back to a certain time. You remember where you were when you heard a certain song. So I know there's songs that are important to you. Those songs we definitely want to get down on paper. But then after that, just let me do what I normally do and play the songs and read the crowd. You know, I've always said that my job description is to keep the highest percentage of the people in that room that night on the dance floor till you tell me to quit. That's my job description. You know?
So you're not just going to be playing music and just sitting there and doing nothing.
Oh,
you're
no.
going to be engaging our friends and family.
Yeah, no, I mean, once the dance portion of the night starts, that's when I kind of shine. That's when I start getting involved with the crowd, start interacting with the crowd. Up until then, from the time I introduce you into the building and until after you dance with your mother, see, it's all about you guys, and I'm just that guy in the background making announcements and letting everybody know what's going on at all times so they know what's coming up, you know. But then after we get past the first 3 dances there, that's when I start messing with the crowd, and I'm constantly watching the crowd, and I'm constantly watching you guys. I know where you're at all time. And some people make requests, and then you know, sometimes I'll watch and they're not available to come to the dance floor when I'm ready to play their song. And I want to make sure that you're satisfied and we're pooped and we're done and you can quit now. You know, but I won't quit until. And a lot of people ask me, are we paying for setting up or tearing down? The time that you're paying for is from the time I play the first song. Which will probably be background music while people are coming in, and until I say goodnight at the end of the night. You're just paying for solid music. No setting up, tearing down, no travel, anything like that.
Would we need to like provide anything from the facility, like disco ball or lights, or do you have all like everything that goes with the night you provide?
The only thing I ask for is a 6-foot or an 8-foot banquet table.
Okay.
I bring lights. All my lights are made by professional manufacturers like Chavez and American DJ, and it's not what you'd call the most incredible light show, but it's a very effective light show.
Okay.
And all I need is a table to sit my computer and my mixing board set up on, and we are ready to go. I bring all the extension cords and the lights and everything. You don't have to worry. Just about a 10-foot deep, I say maybe 15-foot area to set up my equipment, and I usually like to have the dance floor right in front of the DJ table, so I can interact with the people. I want to be able to get close to them and interact with them once the dance starts.
Okay.
We don't need a crazy light show.
Not a crazy light show.
I don't know anybody that wants a crazy light show at their wedding.
Yeah. You know, I mean, there's some DJs that have set up and have such an incredible light show that they spend all night looking at that, and they don't pay attention to the bride and groom. Well, we don't want that.
Yeah,
this is your day.
She doesn't. She definitely doesn't want that.
Well, if you're going to have that, why don't you just invite Oprah? So, but yeah, it's really important that I keep attention on you guys during the wedding, and then when the dance starts. I still do things that draw attention to you guys. I'll call you out on the floor and ask you to do this or do that. I won't tell you what that is now. I want it to be a surprise, you know.
Okay.
But it's all
so
about.
It'll be fun.
It's always fun.
Okay.
I have a great time, and that rubs off on everybody else. So.
Well, that's good because you always go to the weddings and they have the DJ and nobody ever goes out on the dance floor, and it's like.
That's what we don't want. We don't want a stale reception. We want a fun one.
Well, that's one of my rules is you will dance.
Good.
You will dance.
Do you have any more questions?
I don't think so. Nothing I can think
Well,
of.
you can contact me anytime. I mean, if we
Okay.
end up booking this, you can contact me anytime through the website. I'll give you a card. You can call me on my cell phone. I've got it with me all the time. From the time you book me until I say goodnight, I'm available to you 24 hours a day.
I think we'd like to go ahead and probably book you. So
Great.
what do we do from here?
All right, well, what I'll do is take down the information I need to be able to construct a contract. Once I get home and construct that contract, I'll print out 2 copies of the contract and mail both of those to you. You'll keep 1 copy for your records, and then you would sign and date the other one, mail back with a $200 deposit. The balance on the day of your wedding, on or before the day of your wedding, would be $595.
And that's it.
You're done.
It's easy.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. Well, let's get this thing done.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.